saya gitu. Monggo. Yang ngambil makanan boleh dibawa ke dalam. Okay, because okay, that's a VIP. Guests already have some food and drink, and for those others you can have your own. Please. Baik, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear respected ladies and gentlemen, yang kami muliakan Direktur PT KI, Dirjen Pendis, Kasubdit Pengembangan Akademik. Saya selalu salah nyebut jabatannya Pak Mamat ini, karena kata pengembangan itu bayangannya ya kayak Vermipan ya. Dirjen Pendis, Direktorat PT KI, Dirjen Pendis Kemenag RI, teman-teman steering committee, ketua steering committee, and our distinguished speakers, Peter Mandeville, Gary Burns, Pam Nilan, and I'm wondering if Amar is still with us or is still in the movie? No, he's finished, right?
Finished.
Oh, still? Oh, okay. He's going to the airport and yeah, okay. And Professor Aaron Hayes. For tonight, we will finish all the activity, but it is finishing the activity, but not the responsibility. We finish the activity, but we left the responsibility for us. And to lead the program, because I remember well in the onstage discussion seconds, dan onstage discussion 2, our guest speakers, Saadiah Ma'ruf, have a bit complaints that it is a program about youth, but all the speakers are adult. Is it the right word to say us? Okay. Now, because of that complaint, now we have to pay off the complaint. Let me invite Vika to lead our program for closing ceremony tonight. Please, Vika.
Mau kemana, Pak? Di sini aja nemenin saya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya nervous, Pak. Pak Rufik bisa di samping saya. Sebenarnya malam ini tuh saya ditembak dadakan untuk jadi MC, Pak Bu. Karena katanya temanya milenial dan beliau merasa bukan milenial. Saya bilang, Pak Rofik, saya tegaskan, kami semua tegaskan Bapak walaupun bukan milenial, tapi jiwanya lebih muda daripada generasi milenial. Tepuk tangan dong untuk beliau. Give applause. Oke, alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin wa bihi nasta'in wa ala umuri dunya waddin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain amma ba'du. Puji syukur kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa taala yang telah memberikan rahmat dan hidayahnya kepada kita semua. Malam ini kita bisa berkumpul di acara penutupan Aicis. Kita bisa berkumpul di acara yang luar biasa di penutupan Aicis ke tahun 2019. Okay, welcome to closing ceremony of Annual International Conference on Islamic Studies 2019. Give applause please. Okay. Terima kasih atas sambutan meriahnya kepada Bapak Ibu sekalian yang terhormat, kepada Direktur PT KI, Profesor Haji Arskal Salim, dan yang terhormat juga telah hadir di tengah-tengah kita ada Kasubdit dari Pengembangan Akademik Direktorat Pendidikan Tinggi Keagamaan Islam, Dr. Haji Mamat Selamat Burhanuddin, dan yang kami banggakan, kami hormati, kami cintai semua para narasumber, para partisipan sekalian. Terima kasih atas semangatnya yang sampai malam ini masih terlihat begitu luar biasa. Tepuk tangan untuk kita semua sekali lagi. Berikan saya mohon kepada Kasubdit Pengembangan Akademik Direktorat Pendidikan Tinggi Keagamaan Islam, Bapak Dr. Haji Mamat Selamat Burhanuddin, untuk menyampaikan sambutannya sebelum acara penutupan ini berjalan. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baik, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wa bihi nasta'inu ala umuri dunya waddin. Assalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah Muhammadin khatamil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in, amma ba'du. Yang saya hormati Bapak Direktur Pendidikan Tinggi Keagamaan Islam, Profesor Dr. Aska. Yang saya hormati para rektor IAIN, UIN, dan STAIN, Ketua STAIN. Yang saya hormati para narasumber baik dari dalam maupun luar negeri, para peserta, speaker, share, dan partisipan yang saya hormati. Alhamdulillah dalam kesempatan pada malam hari ini kita bisa mengikuti acara penutupan kegiatan Aicis yang ke-19 ini. Pertama, izinkan saya berbicara atas nama panitia yang akan melaporkan semua kegiatan yang kita selenggarakan Aicis. Perlu saya sampaikan pada Pak Direktur bahwa pelaksanaan Aicis yang ke-19 ini pada tanggal 1 sampai 4 Oktober di Hotel Merkur Jakarta Batavia ini alhamdulillah telah berjalan lancar. Dari tanggal 1 sampai 4 Oktober ini, yang kegiatan ini diawali dan dibuka oleh Pak Menteri Menkominfo, Pak Rudiantara, dan dihadiri oleh Pak Dirjen, dan kemudian dilanjutkan langsung acara pembukaan itu dilanjutkan dengan on-stage discussion. Dan alhamdulillah kita sudah menampilkan 6 rektor dan ketua perempuan. Kita angkat di on-stage discussion ini isu kepemimpinan perempuan. Kemudian dilanjutkan spesial panel. Spesial panel ini ada 4 panel dan ini mendapatkan sambutan yang luar biasa. Kemudian setelah spesial panel dilanjutkan dengan parallel session, dan kemudian juga dalam acara ini diramaikan dengan book review. Selain book review, ada juga dilaksanakan di sini ada pameran. Meskipun pameran ini tidak direncanakan, hanya dadakan, hanya memanfaatkan selasar ruang agak luas sedikit di tengah-tengah acara ini, sehingga kita membatasi diri peserta pameran ini hanya diikuti oleh 12 jurnal dan 15 PTKI, kemudian ada dari Litbang. Bapak Direktur dan hadirin yang saya hormati, acara ini Aicis di tahun 2019 ini di tengah-tengah acara ini dihadiri oleh beberapa keynote speaker. Ada 2 keynote speech, kemudian spesial panel ada 20 narasumber, kemudian di parallel session ada 410, kemudian ada partisipan itu 650. Secara keseluruhan acara ini dihadiri oleh sekitar 1.100 peserta. Peserta yang mempresentasikan ini kita bagi beberapa kategori, ada open panel, ada selected panel, ada extended panel, dan ada sebagian dari teman-teman di Takdimas. Teman-teman di Takdimas ini adalah peserta yang mendapatkan kesempatan untuk melakukan riset atas support dan biaya dari Diktis, dan sekarang mereka mempresentasikan hasil risetnya di Aicis. Alhamdulillah seluruh rangkaian acara ini Pak Direktur berjalan lancar dan diikuti oleh semua peserta dengan penuh hikmat dan penuh semangat. Untuk itu kami mengucapkan terima kasih dalam kesempatan ini. Yang pertama tentu saja kami ucapkan terima kasih kepada Pak Direktur yang sudah memberikan motivasi kepada kami untuk menyelenggarakan Aicis ini. Kemudian terima kasih juga saya ucapkan kepada panitia SC yang sudah men-sign dan men-setting konten acara ini, sehingga acara Aicis kali ini menjadi unik dan mendapatkan apresiasi yang sangat luar biasa dari semua pengkaji Islam di Indonesia maupun di luar. Dan terima kasih juga kami ucapkan kepada teman-teman panitia OSE yang sudah berjibaku memberikan layanan kepada teman-teman seluruh peserta yang mengikuti ini. Kemudian kita ucapkan juga kepada para volunteer dan sebagainya. Tak lupa kami ucapkan terima kasih kepada semua peserta yang sudah mengikuti dengan penuh semangat dari awal sampai akhir. Alhamdulillah kali ini Aicis semakin diminati dan terus penuh di setiap diskusi, di setiap kelas, dan alhamdulillah kita bisa menyaksikan dari 1080 ini masih terus bersemangat meskipun ada 1, 2, 3 yang nyasar sedikit ke kota tua. Jangan tadi saya pikir jangan-jangan ada yang nanya kalau ruangan kalau ruangan untuk ini di mana? Tahunya oh di sebelah pojok sana. Anda ada di mana? Saya ada di ini museum kota tua katanya. Saya pikir ya nggak ada pada panel itu. Tapi alhamdulillah tidak ada, alhamdulillah tidak ada. Baik, terima kasih juga. Iya, terima kasih kepada sponsor. Ada sponsor dari Mandiri, kita ucapkan terima kasih kepada Bank Mandiri yang sudah memberikan support kepada kami atas pelaksanaan Aicis ini. Tentu saja harapan kami dari panitia agar mudah-mudahan acara Aicis kali ini bisa berkenan dan berkesan kepada para hadirin semua, para peserta atas penyelenggaraan ini, dan mudah-mudahan di acara Aicis yang akan datang itu bisa lebih baik lagi. Selain itu, para hadirin yang berbahagia, kami atas nama panitia juga mohon maaf atas segala kekurangan dan kekhilafan yang dalam pelayanan dan memberikan fasilitas dari semua pelaksanaan Aicis ini. Kalau ada kekurangan dan kekurang nyamanan dalam layanan dari para panitia ini, kami mengaturkan mohon maaf yang sebesar-besarnya. Untuk itu sekali lagi kami sangat berbangga atas penyelenggaraan ini. Mudah-mudahan ke depan akan lebih baik lagi. Hadirin kaum muslimin yang berbahagia, itu saja yang bisa kami laporkan atas nama panitia. Mudah-mudahan berkenan. Akhir kalam, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih Pak Kasubdit atas sambutannya. Kita lihat Pak Kasubdit aja udah gayanya milenial banget, di atas jas, di bawah pakai sepatu sneakers ya. Bapak Ibu yang lain juga begitu nggak? Saya aja ngikutin, di atas rok batik, di bawah pakai sepatu Converse, ya. Nggak kalah dengan Pak Kasubdit. Oke, Bapak Ibu sekalian, let me invite my friend to give conclusion and recommendation of conference. Hilya, please. Kita beri tepuk tangan dulu.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to the head of steering committee, Prof. Nur Haidi, and all of the steering committee to choose me as a millennial and as a youngest person in this room to deliver this recommendation and the notes. Over the last 3 days, we have discussed a lot of topics and issues that related to the main theme of the conference: digital Islam, education, youth, changing landscape of Indonesian Islam. From the discussion we had, there are several points to highlight. Revolutionary advancement of the communication and information technology has tremendous impact on Islam and Muslim lives. The ways Muslims think and practice their religion has significantly changed along with the transparency engendered by the digital technology. The so-called digital Islam has come into being and facilitated pluralization and democratization in Islam. Digital Islam has dynamically shaped and reshaped the offline Muslim societies that challenge traditional authority. In fact, actors from the diverse backgrounds came to engage in discussing and contextualizing Islam in a multiplicity of overlapping public spheres. New religious actors, who may not be as literate as those of the past, but more able to manipulate symbols and rituals and to represent the mass society of today. We burn off this context. Traditional ulama fight back by migrating online and use the digital media to consolidate their religious authority. Similarly, Sufism, Salafism has regained some space in the religious marketplace by offering a variant of more authentic Islam. On mobile device, Islam has been available to larger audience, and to some extent this has facilitated mediation among Muslims and mounting significance of identity politics. However, there is as much liberalism in today's mediations as the elements of neoliberal, secular lifestyles integrate into religious discourse and practice. Digital Islam should mean more than just Islam online. It brings shift to most of religious eclecticism, new Islamic phases, style, and format. Genre of luring and bordering integration of Islam with neoliberal lifestyles. Within the digital Islam, a trend of generational shift is strongly seen, of which youth play important roles in it. As trendsetter of global trends, youth creatively pick up diverse religious teachings, ideologies, and mazahib in order for them contextualize religion in their globalized everyday lives. Still, the digital technology has allowed some bad things to happen, including the dissemination of conservatism, radicalism, and terrorism. The role of Islamic education is quite instrumental in this context, as it has the capacity to both to produce and transmit knowledge and to impart norms and values younger generation of Muslims. As a field where everyday lives of Muslims are entangled with the normative understanding of Islam in multiple ways. Islamic education has played a critical role in navigating youth's aspiration and their future trajectory. And there are 3 recommendations about it. 1. Understanding the complexities surrounding Islam and Muslim societies today as a result of their intensive engagement with the digital technology. There is a need to rethink and revisit some existing perspective in the study of Islam and Muslim societies. 2. In particular, scholars of Islamic studies need to benefit and the richness in the study of the digital Islam, including the using computational method, as well as the intersection with this study of youth, a new methodology to reorient the today and future trajectories of building knowledge, interdisciplinary study of Islam and Muslim society. 3. An understanding of the interpretative significance of youth's religious expression and discourse may give us the possibility of for stakeholders of Islamic education to work on strategic, integrated, and comprehensive steps to promote moderate Islam among youth. Thank you for your all attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Hilya. Let me invite Professor Askal Salim, Director of Islamic Higher Education, to give closing remarks and launch Jaringan Media Moderasi Islam. Times is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable distinguished guests, speakers from overseas and from all over Indonesia, distinguished guests, rectors and vice rectors, and all participants. First of all, let me say a few words about this conference. And tonight I'm quite amazed and got surprised with the fact that even until now, the closing ceremony, I can still see so many seats are occupied. Yeah? Usually, at the end of the day, when it is closing ceremony, it is already empty. Yeah? Many have left. Yeah? Only few remain, and the closing ceremony will be so quiet. But tonight, I'm sure that this closing ceremony will be even much more energetic and vibrant because all of you are still here and stay until the end of the event. So thank you so much. Alhamdulillah that Aicis 2019 has been well participated, as reported earlier by Dr. Mamat, Head of Subdirectorate, and all panels were well attended, and of course academic reunions have been made. Yeah? I observed from time to time since I joined Aicis in 2011, I noticed that Aicis become a site of reunion, yeah, between scholars from different places in Indonesia. So that's also a good sign that we come to Aicis not only to present our ideas, our papers, but also to meet our friends, our neighbors. Of course, we need more discussion and more studies and more research to be done, especially for orchestrating the power of interconnected society for the goal of moderate Islam. We often say moderate Islam because that is part of mission or vision of the Ministry of Religious Affairs In fact, as our Minister Lukman Hakim Saifuddin often say that the DNA of the Ministry of Religious Affairs is moderate Islam. So that is the reason why we have seen many panels, many papers discuss about the issue of moderate Islam. So I would like to suggest that to keep your curiosity and enthusiasm sharp to see beyond our disciplines. And for that reason, especially in regard to the topic, to the theme of Aicis this year, 2019, Digital Islam, Education and Youth, the changing landscape of Indonesian Islam, we need more potential, we need more study, especially to include areas of interest like the one that has been mentioned earlier, cryptocurrencies, millennial sheikh, digital dakwah, online fatwas, and so on and so on. And we will see a number of applications coming out from this conference. Just this morning I have talked to a representative from a Springer publisher about the possibility to have a co-edited volume coming out from different panels with a similar theme. So I suggest all panel chairs to work together and to prepare a book proposal so that we can submit a book proposal to Springer in order we can have a coherent edited volume on something like a digital Islam, education and youth. So next Aicis, we plan to organize in 2020 in Bengkulu. Yeah? So this is us for Bengkulu. And as we now have a permanent website, Aicis, so it is easier for all of us to see what are the next theme. And I'm sure the steering committee will soon convene and discuss about the possible theme for the next year Aicis conference. Ladies and gentlemen, I of course expect your suggestion and constructive feedbacks for the next year event, and we are very much expect your ideas on what topics or panels that we're gonna organize for the next conference. Do send us email, and whatever you have in mind, please let us know so that we can improve our event next year in Bengkulu. Now, appreciation and thanks. Let me extend my gratitude to all speakers from overseas. Peter Manderfield, thank you so much for your time coming all the way from the United States to Indonesia. It's not easy to travel, especially only for a couple of days. You will have a jet lag, and then when you return, you also have another jet lag. So thank you for your time coming to Indonesia. Also other speakers, Gary Bang and Pan Alan Hayes, and many others whom I cannot mention. Some from Singapore, like Kamaluddin. Also our colleague from Australia, Dr. Eva, and all presenters, all chairs. Thank you so much for your participation and to make this conference successful. And last but not least, my big thanks go to steering committee, Dr. Heidi as a head of a steering committee and organizing committee. Without your support, without your assistance, I'm sure this event will not be as successful as like this now. So to all speakers from home country and from overseas, I would like to say have a safe travel home and keep discussion with your peers and colleagues at your own institution alive. Now, I would like to recite Alhamdulillah, let us close this 2019 Aicis conference, and I will use this hammer to officially close it. And as suggested by Pak Mamat, to launch the Media Network for Islamic Coordination, hereby I officially launch the Media Network for Islamic Coordination, which comprises of all human relations officers from different Islamic higher education all over Indonesia. So again, thank you so much, and I should end now. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oke, terima kasih. Sebelum ditutup oleh saya dan saya kembalikan kepada Mr. Rofi. Please, if I said Aicis 2019, reply please Digital Islam Education and Youth. Oke? Oke. Aicis 2019. Makan kedongdong, makan opak. Buang kedongdong, makan opak. Yang kompak dong, kebalik ya. Saya masih nervous nih Pak. Oke, sekali lagi yang kompak ya. Aicis 2019. Oke, kurang kompak sekali lagi. Aicis 2019. Sekali lagi, Aicis 2019. Digital Islam Education and Youth. Oke, tepuk tangan untuk kita semua. Sebelum nanti ada penampilan-penampilan, saya kembalikan dulu kepada Mr. Rofi. Terima kasih. Thanks for nice attention.
Baik,
Mr. Rofi, please.
Oke, makasih Mbak Vika. Saya tahu kayak ngerjain Mbak Vika malam ini. Karena dia datang dadakan semua. Oke, before I give the opportunity, the stage to Satya Ma'ruf, let me tell you one thing. I have a story, but I might say it in Indonesia. One of my friends here, when I finished my PhD at the States, 2014, I called one of my friends in Germany, his hair, Dr. Shafiq Hashim, and I told him that there is no difference being doctor, being a PhD or not. So for me, it's just same. Just after I have my defense, and he said to me, wait until tomorrow morning. You know the difference between PhD and non-PhD. And in the early morning when I woke up and I realized that I'm really a PhD student. It is after 7 years, the first time I get up without thinking of any chapter of my dissertation. So, the 3 days has been a kind of nightmare for some of you. I know when you get up, what kind of paper that I will present today. You cannot sleep well, but I promise you to have another nightmare. And let me invite Sadia Maro, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. One more time please. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor for me to be here in this international conference, so international that it feels like winter over here. It's been amazingly cold. I thought, wow, what will climate change activists say? How dare you? Thank you so much for the opportunity. I was introduced yesterday as a stand-up comedian, so I'm here to prove myself. And I wish at this moment that I'm an academic so that I can have slides and quotations, so so that I don't have to be so open about my opinion. You know, I can hide behind somebody else's words. You know, yay, academics. Yes, I'm so excited to be here. Too excited. I even get a haircut. Seriously, I mean, you can totally tell, right? Right? Yes, I get a haircut. I mean, this is a special occasion. I even shave my legs. You know? Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, getting a haircut, seriously, getting a haircut for a Muslim woman is such a torture. Such a torture that I decided to get married. So that at least I can show it to someone, you know, without realizing that it takes at least 10 years to teach men to appreciate their wife's haircut. But I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate. My husband is very kind. My husband is very kind. So I got a new haircut, and one night he complimented my new haircut after almost a week, and the next thing I know, I got pregnant. You know, and ladies and gentlemen, speaking of husband and wife, you're missing your family already, I know. Yes, speaking of husband and wife, my husband and I, we got married at quite mature age. So I was 34 when we got married, and he was 40. So it's not, well, it's not a very hot age, you know. And so we should do something. Like, we should do something to keep our marriage exciting, right? And so I pretend that he's filthy rich, and he pretends that I'm his second wife, so. A Muslim privilege. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking about digital Islam's education's youth throughout the conference. It's been an amazing discussion and amazing conversations. Now, if I may add, a couple of news reporting from the so-called Muslim world. Nike has just launched Nike Pro Hijab. If you have ever heard of that product, proven to be super comfortable for Muslims, female athletes, and those running away from oppression regimes and or husband. Dolce and Gabbana, not only Nike, Dolce and Gabbana also launched a modest fashion line. Can you imagine? Dolce and Gabbana also launched a Muslim modest fashion line proven to be extremely effective to make polygamy unaffordable. Like, can you imagine having 4 wives and have to dress them in Dolce and Gabbana? It's like, wow, right? How much will it cost? Another news. Saudi Arabia. I'm sure that you have heard of this. Saudi Arabia finally allowed women to drive. Yes? You've heard of this? You know the reason why? Because hiring Indonesian and or Filipino drivers is getting more expensive and somebody needs to take the kids to school. Practical reason. Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, let me brag a little bit, right? So end of last year, November 2018, I was included in BBC's 100 Women's list. Yes! Woohoo! Which makes me, 1,726 in the line to replace Malala when she is calling in sick. Yes, Western media loves Muslim women, right? Especially those who speak up, Oh, here's our Western allies. Amazing. And I've been invited to conferences, getting very special treatment and stuff, and also getting very special questions. Every time I went to, well, not every time, sometimes when I go to conferences, I always get these type of questions. Oh, you're a Muslim woman from Indonesia. Life must be hard out there. Yes, it's hard. We're having a hard time deciding which beach we're going to go to. Yes, and it's always hard to, ask permission from your father to kiss your boyfriend. Always hard. I did in the past before I got married. I did kiss my boyfriend. I did. Via text message. Yeah, like 2-3 kisses per text message. I believe that's called ta'aruf. Yes? Yeah, so that's the way you kiss your boyfriend. Oh. Yes. So it's interesting, and I received many other questions, like, oh, you're wearing this all the time, but you're coming from tropical country. Isn't that hot? Oh, this one comes with air conditioning, darling. Do you want to invest? And highly innovative. I receive other types of questions, like, I don't know. This is a country of freedom, and you are not with your husband or your father. Why don't you take it off? I received that comment, and I said, well, I'm here with God. Not with my father or my husband. Yes, and another question that I received, and this is interesting, true story, I received this question. Oh, and I'm sure that many of you also are familiar with this. Oh, you have such a good English. I don't know, CNN, MTV, colonialism, and right? Why not blame, Queen of England once in a while? Like, thank you for everyone's English. Right? And I received also one last question that I would like to share with all of you. If a gentleman caught you without your hijab, do you have to marry him? I'm like, not if he is academics. I want everything that he said to be sincere without quotation. You know, you receive those type of questions when you're traveling. It's interesting. Traveling also teach me a lot about how people see one another. For the very first time in my life, when I was in Europe with my colleague, a fellow Muslim as well, I saw many fellow Muslims who are refugees, and they're on the streets. Some of them are begging for money, some of them selling newspapers, and my colleague, with all the privilege that she has, said, "Oh, they're like on the street begging for money. Such an embarrassment to Islam." I'm like, ew! What a perspective! It's almost like, I mean, to have that perspective, you know, seeing refugees and saying that, oh, they're such an embarrassment to Islam just because they beg for money. You know, it's almost like you're blaming the chicken because KFCs give you food poisoning. You know? And it's like, it's happening across the world. We are blaming the chicken because KFCs gives us food poisoning. Happening around the world. And it's happening for too long that Turkey starts to feel guilty as well. Like, oh my God, I look a little bit like a chicken. Will they consider me as a chicken? Will they treat me like I'm a chicken? Will they discriminate me like I'm a chicken? You know, I mean, I can learn to cross the street and be one of those jokes, you know, why the chicken crossed the street. To escape oppression. Right, so it's happening around the world. What is happening around the world as well is women's movement around the world. Yes, applaud women! Yes, it's happening around the world. Women have their hashtag #MeToo. You're familiar with this hashtag, right? Women have the hashtag #MeToo. Men also have their hashtag "I did not see it coming," you know, and it pisses off men so much that they cannot get away with things anymore. It's like they ask me, "Oh, so if I'm catcalling women or harassing them or molesting them, it's my mind, not their clothes?" It's always been your mind, not their clothes. Thank you very much. I mean, you are the one, you are the one that said men are more rational and women are more emotional, right? So it's your mind. You said that you're the one who's more rational. Us, we're more emotional, especially in picking out dress. During New Year's sale, are you kidding me? It's like, you know, it's happening around the world. Gender equality is trending around the world. That radical organization start to promote that to recruit women. I mean, I don't know what they say to attract women. Like perhaps they say something like, I don't know, you want equality, huh, women? Let's join us. Blow yourself out. Guarantee that you will lose your weight by 100%. And I think, is that what they're saying? Amazing. So, this is not a lecture. You can laugh. Now I begin to doubt myself. Am I not funny, or half of this group don't speak English? Or it's already too late in the evening, perhaps. Yes. And so ladies and gentlemen, let me share with you a little bit of personal experience. I was born and raised in a conservative Muslim community in Pekalongan, Central Java. So that's where I'm from. And restrictions against women is amazing. So women and girls, they're getting married at a very young age, 15, 16, even today, like 2019, it's still happening. It's still happening in my community. I mean, it's unfortunate that most of them are ultra pretty and super rich. Like they can afford to go to school abroad without scholarship. And I'm very fortunate that my parents support my education. And I learned that I'm neither pretty nor rich, so I need to go to school. My parents said that I have to at least have brain as my last, although least preferable assets. And so, yes, I'm very fortunate that my parents, especially my dad, supports my education with so many conditions. I wish I have a lawyer to help me negotiate. Seriously, like I can go to school, I can go to college, but I'm not supposed to go out after class. I'm not supposed to speak up. I'm not supposed to join any student organization. Most importantly, I am not supposed to get to know anyone from the opposite sex. Like I was surprised. Wow, Dad, I didn't know that you're such a great supporter of lesbianism. Very progressive of you. It's amazing, you know. And in college, I thought that everything will be different, like I will finally be free. But in college, I witnessed for the very first time, and I'm sure that you're familiar with this as well, separations between men and women in public forums, seminars, lectures, right? I mean, I'm amazed. I came from a conservative community. Even in my community, there's no such thing as separation between men and women in public forums, seminars, or lectures. Women just don't go to public forums, seminars, or lectures. Like they're not allowed to. And so, yes. And for the very first time, I thought, and I saw some positive stuff as well. For instance, you're not supposed to shake hands, I mean, as women, you're not supposed to shake hands with men. I mean, I don't think that is a sign of conservatism. I think that is hygiene awareness. Yes. Hygiene awareness. I mean, I don't want to shake hands with college boys. Ew. You know, you don't know where their hands been. You don't even know if they wash it or not. Right? And so, and for the very first time in college, some of my friends are wearing niqab, burqa even. Yeah? No, that's not a sign of oppression. That's a sign of awareness of climate change and pollution. You know, are you kidding me? Like, why think badly of them? Right? You academics. Why? You know, it's been amazing. I mean, my family, from where I come from, we're so conservative that I have to tell you, this is a true story. One of my neighbors was convicted because he participated or as distant collaborator, this is true story, as distant collaborator of Bali bombing too. Seriously, one of my neighbors was convicted as distant collaborator of Bali bombing too, and he was all over the news. And I was surprised. I was shocked. I'm not the only one that get all the publicity. Oh my God. I am not the only one in my neighborhood that is on international news. I mean, terrorists are so selfish. I'm not thinking about the victims, I'm thinking about me. Doesn't he know how hard it is to be like semi-famous? And now he has to steal my thunder? Wow, so selfish. At least he could tell me first. And then I'll be the one breaking the news. So that journalists still interview me, you know? I enjoy publicity sometimes. Yes, finally, we're talking about how we're worried about conservatism, radicalisms, etc. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, us in Indonesia, we have the solution. We have the solution. Yes, we do. At least according to me, Indonesian jihadists should stop using guns because it's too American. And I don't know, start using local weapon, bambu runcing perhaps. This will definitely earn them a better image among environmentalists, because then they can brand their action as eco-terrorism. We hate you, but we love the environment. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Congratulations on the success of the conference. Thank you very much for having me. It's been a great pleasure. Good night. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Sadia. Okay. Thank you, Sadia. So I don't want to break your happiness with Sadia. And just we are coming to the end of our program. Thank you for all the speakers. Thank you for the Ministry of Religious Affairs. And thank you for all the steering committee, organizing committee, and all participants and speakers. And let's close our program by saying Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alamin. See you next year in Bengkulu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Photo session.
Thank you so much.
Traffic. Photo session.
Monggo, monggo.
Tukang foto, tukang foto. Indra. Mas Indra, Mas Muis.
Di depan. Yang ini Somerawala.
Cak Muis.
Tutupnya jam 6, asik Pak.
Mas Indra.
Siang ini nggak ada yang diliput juga. Salam. Iya.
Karena ada janji sama gua.
Oh gitu.
Okay. Anyone who want to sing, just come in front. Okay, we'll start with one song. We read the song. I'll sing a song